Zeeko, Zaki, and Jeremy Sisto joining me right now from FBI, which you can catch right here on CBS KPIX 5 on Tuesday nights. And guys, congratulations on season 3. Now with everything happening in the world, were you guys able to wrap up season 2?
Not really. We definitely got it cut short. It was a really exciting concept. We brought over an actress from Chicago PD, doing a little cross-network crossover stuff. But yeah, we got definitely cut about 3 episodes off, but we found a way to sort of wrap it up, and I think it's going to translate just fine when we come back.
Okay, so tell me about the first season or the first episode of the season. What can viewers expect?
Well, Maggie is back in the in OA's world, back with her old partner. She had a pretty intense undercover situation, successful, but was also not without some emotional, baggage. And she also comes back to the present with a new relationship. So OA is going to have to contend with that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting sort of dynamic. Both of us experiencing all the things that we experienced with COVID and those 6 months off and getting to kind of think of it as, each of our characters going through it in whatever world they did, and us coming back together and having to, just go right into another case. It's been a very exciting, kind of different sort of dynamic for the first episode, but I think it's gonna be really good.
It's some really cool stuff. One of the really interesting things about any crime work is working with somebody out in the world, and Zeeko, you have a great storyline with that in the first episode, don't you?
Yeah, I get to work with an informant of mine who's a younger kid, and for about 2 years he's been an informant of mine, and it's been really good. We were talking about how important it was to have an emotional storyline to distract from the realities of COVID and these things that we've been going on, to sort of start off on the right foot with how our show is going to portray these things and to kind of navigate those kind of delicate roads with the things that we've all kind of gone through in the past 6 months.
And that's important because, people turn to television to escape, especially right now when there's so much going on in the world, that it's kind of a nice break.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So let's translate this into real life. You guys being back at work, being back on set, how's that been with all the new changes and the COVID restrictions in play?
It's been cool. I mean, it hasn't changed drastically from my standpoint, but that's because there's a lot of really smart people above my pay grade working to make sure if somebody does get COVID that we don't have to shut down, and of course keep people from getting COVID. The thing that is probably the biggest thing, 2 biggest things, is you get your nose tickled every morning. So I feel like it's a cup of coffee and a nose tickle to get my day started. And the second thing is everyone wears masks until basically you're filming. So if you're working with an actor who you've never worked with before, you have no idea, or actress, we have no idea what their performance is until the camera's rolling, and then they reveal their face. It's like the curtain. And in the beginning, it was kind of frustrating because you're like, how am I supposed to rehearse in this without knowing what the other person is, trying to tell me? And now I've come to really like that.
Yeah, I think, we've gotten to slow things down a little bit to make sure that everything stays safe. So the silver lining, I think, for the actors is, that attention to detail. And, it's been really nice, especially in a show that traditionally has a very, very fast pace.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of kudos to everyone behind the scenes, too, just the creativity and how they're doing the shots now to maintain social distance. I mean, there's a lot that went into it anyway. Now all this.
Yeah, exactly. There's no more of those, 500 people scenes running through crowds. And it's definitely a nice challenge, I think, for the writers. But also we're kind of excited because if you can't lay back on the traditional action and the sort of the gravity of this stuff, I think hopefully we're going to turn internal and maybe bring a little bit more of emotional character stuff into the show. So far, I feel like we've kind of been balancing and doing it, and it's still a massive show and a massive production under the limitations that we have to face. So exactly, the people behind the scenes are killing it, and the locations, and we're shooting down the road from our studio, but it's playing like, you know, the middle of the city, and things like that. So it's really an ode to these people that are our crew and our designers and things like that.
Yeah, that is very cool how they put all that together. Really quick before I let you guys go, what's your favorite part about playing your characters?
You know, as Jubal, I love handling the jock and dealing with all of these really smart people and sort of figuring out how to take their work and turn it into results. But also we get into some pretty deep backstory in our second story for Jubal, and so that's a part of his history. He's got a history with alcoholism and some you know, his world was not always on the rails. So it's both those sides are really fun to give the audience.
Yeah, for me, I think my favorite part about playing the character is whenever I put the vest on. You know, there's that sense that superhero suit that, you know, and it's just so great that they give me these little hero moments, and you know, it's just incredibly fun to run around with a fake gun, of course, and you know, chase bad guys. So I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right, well, Zeeko, Jeremy, thank you guys so much for joining me. Stay safe, and congratulations again on your third season.
Thank you.
You.